and God bless America. Thank you very much.
Madam Speaker, what did you think of Trump's speech tonight?
I tore it up.
Why did you rip the speech up, Madam Speaker?
Because it was the courteous thing to do, considering the alternative.
The ironic part is that being torn in half is actually an upgrade for Trump's State of the Union speech. This moment came at the end of a more than hour-long diatribe wherein Trump waffled back and forth between outright lies and fear-mongering about immigrants. Had Pelosi done at the beginning what she'd done at the end, she'd have probably done Trump a favor. Now, it's important to note that Trump began his speech by refusing to shake Nancy Pelosi's hand when she extended it. And so the takeaway here is that Nancy Pelosi beat Trump at his own game. He came in with the petty move of refusing to shake her hand, and so she waited patiently until the very end and duly stole the spotlight away from him. Donald Trump might claim to be this genius media superstar, but not a single person is talking about his speech right now, and I'm no expert, but that doesn't exactly sound like Trump came out on top here. In fact, Pelosi actually managed to outdo her viral moment from last year, where her sarcastic clap came to define the 2019 State of the Union. Granted, it wasn't just Speaker Pelosi who embarrassed Trump during his rambling speech. At one point, Trump baselessly claimed to support lowering prescription drug prices, a lie so egregious that a sizable portion of the Democratic caucus stood up and began chanting H.R. 3.
I'm calling for bipartisan legislation that achieves the goal of dramatically lowering prescription drug prices. Get a bill on my desk and I will sign it into law immediately. With unyielding commitment, we are curbing the opioid epidemic.
H.R. 3 is the Elijah E. Cummings Lower Prescription Drug Costs Now Act of 2019, which would give the federal government the ability to negotiate lower drug prices. The bill passed the Democratic House and, of course, is languishing in the Senate, where Republicans refuse to bring it up for a vote. If Trump's statements and reality were a Venn diagram, the two circles would be on opposite ends of the earth. Some moments didn't even require any Democratic input for Trump to humiliate himself. At one point, the guy bragged about building the wall on the southern border, aptly timed only days after a section of Trump's newly constructed wall blew over in the wind. And look, I could go on, but quite honestly, it's not worth dignifying his lies about healthcare, about immigrants, about the economy, and about Democrats with a response. Suffice it to say that tearing up his speech is probably the most apt way to respond to what he said. The point here is that yet again, Trump took on Nancy Pelosi and lost. Just like he lost with last year's famous clap, just like he lost when he tweeted out a photo of her from their meeting with the caption, "Nervous Nancy's unhinged meltdown," only the photo which showed Pelosi standing up to a spate of Republicans, including Trump, all of whom looked small and ashamed, was immediately embraced by the left, with even Pelosi herself making it her Twitter banner. And just like whatever attempts to embarrass a woman with more political calculus in her toe than he has in his whole body that he inevitably cooks up, they will undoubtedly backfire and yet again make him look like a fool. And look, I'm not so naive to think that Trump is the kind of person who learns from his mistakes, but I think that after this, even he will come away knowing that if ever Nancy Pelosi extends her hand to you, you should probably shake it.